Hi, I'm Shantasia and welcome back to my channel. Today is volume 4 and this volume to me is very exciting. I'm going to be following a Black author's writing routine. It's Black History Month, so why not, right? Why not? Before I even reveal the author, I have, a little housekeeping. I fell in love with books a couple of years ago, and this is a writing channel for sure. So I'm not going to go much in a spiel about, books or whatever. I might mention them. I think it'll be helpful to share with you my goals when it comes to my actual reading habit. On my physical shelf, I have 132 physical books. 56 of them are unread. So my goal in 2026 is to finish reading all or most of my books on my shelf. I can usually crank them out with an audiobook. So I'm reading with my eyes, so it's a little bit slower. I'm comprehending the book a lot better, And because now that I'm writing, I'm, seeing things in a different light. Right now, I'm taking it slow. How I'm reading those books is in alphabetical order by last name. So I'm not mood reading. If I spent the money on them, I'm going to read them. And if I don't like them, then I'll unhaul them. So below here, I think I'm going to make a graphic and show you the books that I'm reading at this point. Uh, we need to get through them so then I can go on a huge book buying spree. Anyway, let's get into this video because it's kind of like a vlog, kind of like, we're trying to make some headway on this baby right here. Maybe this routine that I've chosen can get me in this section here. I have no idea, but let's get to getting because I have to show you the author. Let's go. New location alert. We're getting into the nitty-gritty with this because the author that I'm going to follow their writing routine is, drumroll please, Evan Winter. Evan Winter, the author of The Rage of Dragons. This is book 1 of the Burning series. Book 2 is currently out, and according to Goodreads, book 3 comes out October 2026. But I haven't read any of his books yet. See, because this is a doozy, but also because of my goals, he's all the way at the bottom. But I did do a lot of research on the Google and on the YouTube, and I watched a lot of videos, and honestly, this author's message really calls to me, and I think that doing his routine will make me a better writer. From what I found on the internet, he was very active on Reddit, and he did like a small Q&A, and he has done interviews. The last interview that I've seen was a year ago with the booktuber Schmitty. And the reason why I chose to do his writing routine is because after watching a couple of hours of his interviews and reading his responses on Reddit, I really liked his message on his why of writing his story or writing his novel. And it's really similar to mine. And to pack it all in one sentence, he wanted to see people that look like him in stories. The series is heavily influenced by African culture, and that's what he's connected to. And I feel like that connection, that want to see yourself in characters and want to, share with others, I truly love that, and I truly believe that's a great reason to write, honestly. So that's why I chose this author. There's many other authors, many amazing authors that I haven't even read yet that has writing routines shared online. But first, he's on my bookshelf. Second, I really liked his message, and also he is a fantasy author. There's not a lot of Black authors that are in fantasy with a secondary world or with a complex magic system that are of color. So that's why I chose him. There's not much personal, facts online about him, so I won't go into that, but he is really dope. So if you have any chance, try watching some of his interviews. He seems like a really cool person. Quick couple facts about the Rage of Dragons and the Burning series. He said in some of his interviews that he always knew this is a 4-book series. It seems that the 3rd book is coming out this year. Second of all, when it comes to the Rage of Dragons, he self-published that book in 2017 and he shared it on Reddit, and it became a really popular on Reddit. And I guess the stars aligned, and an editor or somebody from Orbit, an editor or a person from Orbit, read his book because it was so popular online and found his contact and started messaging him. And that's how in 2019 he was traditionally published. Yes, clock it. That shows that sometimes you just never know what your story can bring or the opportunities that you get. I think that was so inspiring for any author, any new author, that no matter which way you go, if you go self-publishing or trad publishing, success is possible no matter what. And I think that's really cool. And in 2020, The Rage of Dragons was named one of the best fantasy novels of all time. That is a high feat. And that's another reason why I chose his writing routine, because that's greatness right there. In my opinion, that's greatness. So let's get into his writing routine. Honestly, there's not a lot on the internet about his exact daily writing routine. There's more of like a broad spectrum, and I like that because, honey, I need flexibility, but I also need structure. So to me, it seems like it's flexible, but it's also structured, and I like that. So what I found online is that he likes to go to the library. I'm going to go to the library. Second, he likes to write for 3 to 5 hours. That is long. So how I read it online is it's kind of like he's clocking into work. But the 3 to 5 hours of writing is his like good spot. Anything after that can turn into burnout. And something that's quite interesting as well in his writing process is he is a heavy plotter. And what I read is that he likes to read, or I think I saw it on the interview, that he likes to read it over and over again until it makes sense to him. And then, according to one of his interviews, he likes to put the meat on the bone after he feels comfortable with the beginning to the end. And I really, really, really like that because it's kind of similar to mine. I like to plot my chapters before I write. So I think that's pretty cool. Because his writing routine is quite flexible, I'm going to be flexible too. For the next 3 to 5 days, I'm going to, 1, go to the library to write for 3 to 5 hours. 2, I'm going to plot my chapters before I even write them. And another thing, I couldn't find anything on his daily writing count at all online. I don't know why he doesn't share his full writing process. And that's, private is private. But I personally want to write between 2,000 to 4,000 words. But let's get to the plotting point. How I'm going to organize it, how it makes my brain feel good, is the first hour, I'm going to plot as much as I can. Then the next 2 to 4 hours, I'm going to write as much as I can. I really like how his writing routine, it's not detailed, so I know this video might be a little short, but I feel like we all need flexibility and to make it our own. In my opinion, I can get things done when there's structure, when there's a hit this, hit this, hit this. And if I'm able to do that, then I can let my imagination grow and run wild. I feel like there's some gold here, and thank you, Evan Winter. We'll see how these couple of days go. for these last 2 days, I wrote about 5,400 words. So I'm back after, I think, 3 days since I tried Evan Winter's writing routine. It was only 3 days, but I felt like these 3 days were amazing. I did leave the house. I went to the library twice, and it was like President's Day the second day, and I just went to my front office because I pay my rent, you know, and I wanted to use their free Wi Fi and a space to get out the house. I really feel like this part of his writing routine was the best thing that I could have done. I feel like I need to add this more to my writing routine naturally because I felt like I was really doing something with myself. Usually, my natural writing routine is to wake up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and write until I feel burnout. But with going outside of the house, I feel like I can do it any time of the day. So I know I went once at 10 outside of the house and then like at 1. And both times I wasn't tired. I felt really energized to like be doing something. And I just felt more connected to my novel. Another thing is my writing goal, like my writing count goal. So, day 1, I wrote 3,072 words. Hello? What? What? Period. Day 2, I wrote 2,349 words. And day 3, which was my favorite day, I wrote 5,048 words. Altogether, in 3 days, I wrote 10,469 words. Hello? 3 days? I made headway, in my opinion. That's a lot of words in 3 days. Day 3, I was able to get into flow state. And flow state, I was like that cat, that meme. I was like the last like 10, 15 minutes of before I felt like I couldn't do it anymore. It was like, oh, wait, am I like really a writer? Hello, I'm a writer. Yes, I'm a writer. What I'm going to take from this writing routine is getting out the house and the flexibility. So sometimes I like to be rigid, and because I have more energy during the early morning, that's what I usually like to do. So I feel like 3 days out the house and to write for a couple of hours, that was amazing. But in the beginning of this video, I said that it's all about this chart right here. I tried to make this video like 3 times, 4 times. So I already checked off some things, but we can still talk about it. Ooh, I gotta move back. Move back. We can still talk about it. I told you all in the beginning of this video that I feel like this writing routine was gonna make me get here. Did I get there? No, I didn't. But would the routine make me get there? Yes. Yes, it would help me get there. But did I get there in these last 3 days? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. My mic died. You saw me with a spoon, and now my spoon is gone. Where I'm at in the story is my first character is at Antagonist Threatens. My second character, I did make it to the inciting incident. These two characters I did not even touch. For those 3 days, I was just focusing on these two characters, and I had to add another chapter just so I can get to know a character a lot better. This is the 4th time of me doing this outro, and my mic just died. So I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below where you're at in your novel. When's the last time you was in flow state and your writing routine? I really truly believe that Evan's writing routine is all about flexibility, consistency, and getting out of the house. And I'll see you next time. Bye.